Hi everyone, Gene here. Welcome to the Tapping Q&A podcast, where every single week we answer the most common and uncommon questions about tapping and EFT so you can get the most out of your practice, eliminate self-sabotage, and take the actions that you want. I just wanted to remind you that in the back catalog, there's a lot of really, really amazing stuff. And two of the interviews that I did in the last couple of weeks are really exemplars of the quality of the people who are showing up on the show. So I'd really encourage you to go back to episode 364 and 365. So if you go to tappingpodcast.com, the entire archive is listed there. Click on the links for 364, 365. 364, we talk about grief and what grief is in a really comprehensive way beyond what you think it is. It was a really instructive interview. And I've actually used some of the stuff that we talked about in that interview this week working with clients. And there was this really interesting tool called Getting to the Bottom of It. That's episode 365. So 364 grief, 365 Getting to the Bottom of It. Just really great interviews. They're saying they're absolutely free. Tappingpodcast.com. This is Gene Montrose telling welcome to the Tapping Q&A podcast, recorded live to tape from Williamsburg in Brooklyn. This is episode 366, originally aired June 5th, 2019. Hi, everyone. I hope this finds you well wherever you are and whatever time of day you're getting a chance to listen to this. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. Today, we're going to do a little midday tapping. The reason why this podcast came about is I get notes all the time from people who have downloaded the 10-part guide to eliminating self-sabotage with tapping and EFT. And in the first day, I give you two audios. One is an early morning AM tapping to start the day. The second is a PM tapping to end the day. And so I thought it would be appropriate to give you something for the middle of the day as well, which will make a difference. If you haven't downloaded the beginning and end of day tapping yet, you can find them by going to tappingqa.com, click on the big blue button, and sign up for that free 10-part guide. Again, in day one, you will get both of those audios. There's actually a third bonus audio waiting in there for you day one. If you happen to be listening to this currently on the website, what you need to do is just go up in that right-hand column. There's a big blue button there. Click on that, and you will be able to get access to the beginning of the day and the end of the day tapping. So as you know, every single week, we have been thanking folks from all over the world who have been listening to and have been supporting the podcast. This week, I'd like to thank the folks in Cyprus, Miramar, Nicaragua, Azerbaijan, Angola, and Algeria. Thank you very much for listening, or wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate it. Also, I want to send a huge shout out to all of the financial supporters of the podcast. Every single month, we take 10% of those donations. We use them to make loans through Kiva, to make donations to small business owners all over the world. This month, we're supporting a collective of entrepreneurs in Rwanda. One of the entrepreneurs is named Gaudence. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's going to be using the loan to purchase sugar, salt, and rice as she continues to grow her business to take care of her customers so that she can send her kids to private school. If you would like to support the podcast, all you need to do is go to tappingqa.com/support. That's tappingqa.com/support. Not only will you be able to help us as we continue to support entrepreneurs all over the world, but you'll also get a chance to receive some amazing bonuses like bonus podcasts, tap-along scripts, time with me, all sorts of things like that. tappingqa.com/support. I am a huge fan of taking a break in the middle of the day and resetting. On days like today, where I'm recording this, I'm seated at my co-working space, and my co-working space in Brooklyn here in Williamsburg is just 2.5 blocks from the East River. And I grew up in Wyoming. I grew up away from water. So for me, water is still magic and boats are still magic. And lots of days at lunch, I will take my lunch and I'll go down, sit on the bench, and I'll just watch the boats float by and just enjoy my lunch and listen to a podcast or something like that, just to take a little break. But the last thing I do before I return back here to the office to continue my work, to do my client calls, to do whatever it is I take a few moments to do a little tapping to reset in the middle of the day. And I think this is something that we don't do enough. Like, it makes sense at the beginning of the day, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to tap, I'm going to set my intentions. At the end of the day, it is super valuable to take some time to do any of those things as well, to unwind, to disconnect, so that we're able to sleep better, so we're better the next day. But the middle of the day is just the middle of the day. And we live in a busier and busier time. And oftentimes we're eating lunch at our desk, or we're grabbing a bite to eat as we drive from one meeting to the next, or we're not really being present to ourselves in the middle of the day. So that's what this is. This is a chance to reset, a chance to give yourself the ability to move forward in a way that is simple and direct. Again, if you have not done so already, if you download the Tapping Q&A app, which is absolutely free, it's not ad sponsored, there's nothing in there, it's free. You can get it for both Apple and Android devices. If you download the app, not only will you have access immediately to this audio, but in the text section, text, T-E-X-T, if you click on the text button, the written out script for this will be there as well. So if you want to in the middle of the day, you can just click on over to that and just tap along to the script really quickly without even having to hit play. So let's just do a little tapping to let's do a little tapping to put ourselves in the mindset in the middle of the day to reset. So just tap on the side of the hand, take a nice big deep breath for me. Take another nice big deep breath for me. And just tap from point to point, repeating after me. This is my chance to reset. This is my chance to reground myself. In the middle of the day, it is so easy to be rushed. In the middle of the day, it is so easy to be overwhelmed. I give myself a few moments to just reground myself. I give myself permission to be refocused on where I am. I give myself permission to take pause without feeling panicked or overwhelmed. I acknowledge and appreciate everything that I have done so far today. Even if I didn't get everything done that I wanted to do, even if everything didn't go as planned, everything that happened this morning is done. And I appreciate the fact that it is done. There were some things that didn't get done this morning. And I give myself permission to be easy with myself. There were even things that I avoided this morning. I give myself permission to be easy with myself. There are lots of things I wish would have gone better this morning. But the morning is over. I can't change what happened, but I get a chance to start again. I get a chance to refocus. I get a chance to resettle myself. I get a chance to be in this moment. My intention is to be grounded this afternoon. My intention is to stay in flow this afternoon. My intention is to do one task at a time. Being as present as I can to the task, and doing the best job that I can. Knowing that I'm not going to be perfect this afternoon. Knowing that I might not get everything done this afternoon. Knowing that there are even unexpected things coming this afternoon. I give myself permission to be in the moment. And if I do that, my afternoon will be successful. If I do that, my afternoon will be everything it needs to be. Even if that is imperfect. I give myself permission to be me, to be present this afternoon. Nice big deep breath. I think you'll be shocked and amazed if over the course of the next week, every single day at lunchtime, you just take 4 or 5 minutes and tap on that. How much more in flow you're going to be in the afternoon, how much more productive you're going to be in the afternoon, how much gentler you're going to be with yourself in the afternoon as you navigate whatever comes at you. Again, all of these audios and the tapping scripts can be found absolutely free in the Tapping Q&A app. If you go into your app store and just search Tapping Q&A, you will find it. Go into the text section. And if this is one you're going to use regularly, you can even star it as one of your favorites. So when you go into the app, you just click on that favorite tab and it'll be there right at the top every single time. So you can, over the course of the next week, just tap on this. I really challenge you to do it. And if you do, let me know how it goes. Send me a note, Gene, Gene, at tappingqa.com. Let me know what's useful. Let me know what you notice by adding this to your routine. If you know someone in your life who could use something like this, as always, we appreciate it when you are our ambassadors. The most common way someone finds a podcast or new audio is from a recommendation of a friend. So there are lots of people in your life who could benefit from this, who are really open to doing this, who I will never be able to reach without you reaching out. So it's a resource that already exists, that is free. Please pass it along. You can get access to our entire archive by going to tappingpodcast.com. You can get these free audios, and you can get all of them coming to you every single week in your Apple device, in your Android device, on your computer, through Stitcher, through Spotify, through Pandora, through that smart Alexa that is sitting on your kitchen countertop, so you can tap along and listen along while you're doing other things. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have something you'd like us to cover in the future, I love recommendations from people just like you. Some of the best podcasts that we've had over the course of the last couple of months, and a couple of really amazing interviews I can't wait to share for you over the course of the next few weeks, came because of recommendations from people just like you. And I never would have found those topics or those peoples without those recommendations. So please let me know. Questions, comments, anything you want to share. Gene, Gene, at tappingqa.com. If you're on the website, just click on the contact link up top. I love hearing from you. And if you have already downloaded the app, you can send me an email, even a voice message from right inside of the app. For the Tapping Q&A podcast, this is Gene Montrestelli. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you real soon. Bye-bye. The Tapping Q&A podcast is copyright Gene Montrestelli, Tapping Q&A 2016. All views expressed by guests are those of the guests and not necessarily of Gene Montrestelli or Tapping Q&A.